I have a message from Spirit today about this super crazy chaotic time we're in and the benefit of this time. But first, your daily dose of Daisy. This message came through when I was doing my light circle yesterday, Sunday night. It was called Crossing the Manifestation Threshold. Of course, you know, all my replays are at the link in the bio. If you're watching on YouTube, it's in the caption. So I was getting this message, rapid fire, about this space we're in, and I kept being shown a centrifuge. And I didn't quite know, what a centrifuge was. I just knew it was a thing, and I kept seeing spin. And all I knew about a centrifuge is that it spins quickly to use the centrifugal force as a means of separating whatever's inside, okay? So like extracting something from the blood, platelets from blood. And my comments helped me out because I was like, what is this? It's a way of extracting DNA. And also you can use this for, oh shoot, my brain broke. It's used for separating molecules in atoms. So cool. So that's what Spirit was showing me, that we're being through this spinner, rapid fire, and we are being separated, not from each other, as is the big assumption with the split. When we talk about ascension to the 5D, we talk about this 3D, 5D split. But what they were showing me is it's separating that which is in us that is not of the higher vibration, that is not coming with us in the future. So everything happening out there is spinning and spinning and spinning, making us basically go crazy. Breakdown. It is showing us rapid fire what is within us that needs to be pulled out, transmuted, cleared, eliminated, eradicated forever. Now, I've been saying that about our collective shadow work, that we are being forced to see the truths about our society, not just politically, but our actual society. Things like systemic racism, hidden in plain sight, misogyny, not even hidden at all. But as this guidance was coming in, it was about it's the as above, so below, right? So it's not only the social political stuff that's happening, it's what's happening from within. And that was the first time that I got it. Oh, the split. You guys. For all of my big picture vision, sometimes I really miss the details. So this was a moment where I was just like, oh, yes, of course. We have to be separated from the stuff within us that is not the higher vibration. And I have been saying that because I've been teaching healing, and that's what healing does. It allows us to pull out, see, identify, transmute, clear, erase the wounds of the past that led to the beliefs, the fears, the stories. This is all being shaken up so we can clear it and remove it, feel lighter, feel more free, and more empowered to create the new that is not that. But seeing it in this context of, it's almost like a purification. We're extracting, it is being extracted from us. So we are forced to deal with it because it cannot come with us. And suddenly my birthday meltdown made so much sense. Which, side note, I have to say, I said this in the group, but I have to say it publicly now. Your responses to that video were so overwhelming and so heartfelt. I got to do the good kind of crying. I got to do the good kind of crying listening to you, reading through your comments. Thank you so much for seeing me, for validating, for holding space for me, and also for just providing the kindness and the encouragement, the gratitude for what I do. You guys already do. You guys are like the best freaking community ever. But it was really wonderful of you to support me in that moment. And it was a special experience of us seeing each other, right? Because so many people were like, relatable. I could have written this. I've been through this myself. We saw each other, and that not only bonds us as a community, but it helps us let go of our old stories. Because if we're seeing Gia or, you know, all of us in the comments who are going through the same thing, we realize, number one, we're not so alone. And number two, it really isn't personal. It's just a pattern that many people struggle with. It's not because we're less than or not good, like whatever of the story, the judgment that we place on ourselves, it really isn't that. It's just a thing that a lot of us go through because friendships are hard and whatever. And it's such a perfect example of the centrifuge, right? Things are happening out there in the world and they shake up what's happening in here, whether we want to feel it or not, whether we've brushed it aside, whether we thought we've healed this stupid thing. How are we here again? Every last trace of it is being shaken and brought to the surface. And when it's brought out, that's what allows us to see it for what it is. Not the old story, not the unconscious, not the, well, the acceptance, the sad acceptance, the resignation of it. We're pulling it out. We're extracting it and we're saying, yeah, I'm not taking that with me. I don't need that as part of my core identity anymore. And it's the same thing of what's happening with all the warmongering that's going on. I said, it was kind of buried toward the end of my video yesterday, but I said, what's happening right now is nothing different than what's been happening under every president pretty much during just about my entire lifetime. I was born in 1982, and we've always had something going on in the Middle East, something going on in some other country, whether we've been aware of it or not. There's been occupations, there's been military presence, there have been active military involvement, bombs, guns, all the scary things. This is the norm, and people are freaking out, acting like it's this whole new thing. I mean, maybe it's an escalation, definitely, but this is what's always been happening. I've been awake and aware of this for at least 20 years, 25 years by now. It's always been happening. And now it's not in the shadows anymore. And most importantly, it's not part of the old story anymore for most of us. I got a lot of comments of people saying, well, MAGA's not waking up. They're glorifying him for it. They're saying way to go. Yeah, because like I said, they're attached to the ideology. They are stuck in the old story of that bad country needs good America to free them, and we're going to do it. That's the shadow aspect. That is being unconscious of the fact that we've been fed propaganda. And actually what's happening is probably not such a good thing. Not for them and the people that are suffering because of our actions, and really not for us. So this centrifuge of what's happening politically in the world and what's happening within us is the same process of all the hidden stuff being shaken to the surface so that we cannot keep ignoring it. We have to deal with it. We have to. And we are. We are. Not everyone will take all of their responsibility, but for those of us that are, we get the clarity that happens when we move through it. We get the solidarity that's happening as a community as we're speaking up, speaking out, fighting against it. So although this seems like a totally new level of crazy, I see it as, no, this is the same thing that's been happening, not just for 6 months, but for like 20, 30, 40 years. It's the same thing. It's just louder. And we're all for the most part, in unified voices, talking about it, dealing with it. It's the same thing. So up the spiral of healing we go. We're taking every opportunity to heal within and to heal as a society. We're doing it, same as we've always been, but we're getting better at it. So here we go.